next for you, Luke?
Right now, I'm training here in Lincoln for Pro Day.
Oh, yeah?
Yep, just waiting to see what happens. It's a long process, but I'll train for Pro Day and see what happens.
When is it? Do you know when Pro Day is?
I think it's early March. I don't have an exact date right now, but it's early March. It's usually right around the time that spring ball starts.
Is there anyone in particular you look to for guidance as you start the process?
Yeah, multiple guys. Guys like last year, Brandon Riley. He just got back to town. He was on the active roster the last few weeks for the Bills.
Right.
And then Andy Janovich, he's a good friend of mine. He's kind of went through this process. He was able to get drafted, but talking to guys that kind of went through that free agent into the draft process, just what it takes to go to that next level. I kind of lean on those guys for advice.
Have you gotten any advice from your old coaches or even any of the new coaches?
I haven't really got a chance to talk to the new coaches yet, but yeah, the old coaches, I still talk to Reggie Davis about the process. He's going to help me out. And then, there's countless guys that I think, all the coaches before they left, gave me their information. I got all their information. I can call them whenever. And I know they'll be very helpful. And I know if I go up to the stadium right now, I'm sure the new coach staff would be helpful as well.
As far as that goes, what do you think of the hire of Frost, and why do you think the program might be in good hands with him?
I think it's a great hire for the team. He seen what he was able to do at UCF in such a short amount of time. If he comes here with the facilities and everything, the Big Ten, I'm very excited. I wish I could find another year of eligibility. Find a way to get out there with those guys. But I'm excited for all my friends that are still on the team, and it's going to be fun to watch from kind of a different perspective to see what they can do.
Speaking of perspective, you had two head strength coaches at Nebraska.
Yeah.
Is there anything that distinguished James from Mark?
Every coach kind of has their difference in ideas and difference in personalities. But, every strength coach you find is going to be very intense individual. They're going to be very motivated. And I think it's just in different ways. I enjoyed both of those strength coaches immensely, and I think I learned a lot from both of them. They're just different personalities like everybody else, but they share those commonalities in the way they're intense individuals who are very passionate about what they do.
You kind of answered it there, but you were lifter of the year, and it's largely some of your work in that area defines you. What do you look for in a coach? What should players look for in a coach?
As far as a strength
coach? Yeah, strength coach.
Number one thing is knowledge. They can be as intense as they want, but if they don't know what they're doing, you can kind of counteract all that work you're doing.
Yes.
So I think the number one thing is knowledge. How the whole program works together and how it, there's a lot of technicalities to it, but how it prepares you for each stage. You got your spring ball, your summer, and your fall camp, and you got to be in different, it's got to be different each time, and you have to worry about injuries the whole time. So I think knowledge is the biggest thing, and then, like I said, it's just a guy that you can look to and at 5 a.m. in the morning when you get up to work out, you got to have a guy there to get guys going, to get them motivated to get ready for the day.
Those guys are getting ready now to start their winter program.
Yep.
How important is this period for a team?
That's very important. This is one of the few times where you don't have to worry about football as much, and you can kind of worry about your body and how you can improve that. And I think these couple of months before spring ball are when I made most of my gains were during that time. And I think you kind of don't worry about football as much. You're still looking at the playbook, watching film a little bit, but you're kind of more worried about eating, going to class, and just working out as hard as you can every day.
Can players make a move during this time,
so to speak? Yeah, I think so for sure. I think you're able to, with the work you put in the off season, you can definitely move up, technically make a move. But I think you got to take what you did in the off season, you have to apply it in spring ball to be able to move up that depth chart.
Hey Luke, obviously you've been working out a lot, but this is the first time maybe since you were 5 you're not part of a team right now.
Yeah.
How's this just transitioned to for right now to the real world and just not being on a team then?
Yeah, it was rough at first. I was actually thinking about that. My dad told me he kind of had trouble with it. My brother had trouble with it when they got done playing college ball. like you said, I've been a part of a team since I was 5 years old, and it was tough at first, like not being lost and not having like guys like teammates and everything. But you got a good group of guys that are still on the team that I still in contact with, and guys that are kind of in the same position as me, like getting ready for pro day and everything. So we kind of stick together, and you they're still kind of your teammates. You cheer for each other and you compete against each other every day.
What advice, you've done transferring, you've had coaching changes, what advice do you have for transfers coming here and just for people dealing with your coaching staff?
You just got to treat it as a clean slate. You can't be angered or frustrated with the process. I mean, it's going to be different. There's going to be a lot of changes, but I think guys, if you're able to kind of roll with those changes and see what these coaches want and what they want to do, and how you can put yourself in the best position to succeed on the field. It's all about just coming in and putting your head down and going to work. I mean, if you do that, everything kind of works itself out in the end.
Guys are
Appreciate it.
starting off their spring workouts right now. Have you heard anything from them on how that is so far?
They can't officially start till Tuesday, I think. But they've kind of got a plan. They've heard a plan of what they're going to do, and I think they're excited. Every strength coach has their strengths, so to say, and each program's different. But with something new, I think it's very exciting for guys, and I think the chance to start something new and start new with the new coaching staff is very exciting.
Do you have any background with Duval, the new?
I do not. No, I've just for what I've learned from other people, I've met him once, but I haven't got a chance to get to know him yet.
What would you say to people as you hear about people with theories about what went wrong this season? That some people, you'll naturally hear some people say they just weren't conditioned well. Like maybe Phillip didn't do a good job. What would you say to those people?
I think that's not true at all. There's so many things that go into this to narrow it down to one thing that we weren't conditioned is that's not true at all. I think we were in great condition. And, there's that fine balance of being, you can be overworked, and the coaches are always trying to find that fine line, that perfect groove, and it's tough to do with 150 guys. And I think the prior strength staff did a great job. I was in the best shape of my life going into the season. I know a lot of other guys were, but just the wear and tear of the season wears on guys. That's something you can't really account for. I mean, it's football at the end of the day, and to say that we just weren't conditioned enough, I think there's too many other aspects that go into football to narrow it down to just that.
When you look